Celebrating the magic of March, the Wisconsin division of Quincy Newspapers Incorporated presents the 88th annual WIAA Boys State Basketball Championships, live from the Kohl Center in Madison, Wisconsin. This WIAA sports exclusive is brought to you statewide by Marshfield Clinic, where the future of medicine lives. Menards is proud to be a sponsor of WIAA High School Basketball and wishes your team the best of luck. Save big money at Menards. Rural Insurance Companies, providing a full line of insurance products for Wisconsin's families and businesses. Milk from Wisconsin's dairy producers. Remember to grab a tall glass of cold milk at every meal. Got milk? The Wisconsin Education Association Council encourages you to stay involved and lend your support because every kid deserves a great school. And by Wisconsin's technical colleges, more vital to our state than ever before. Where would we be without them?
From the Kohl Center in Madison, the 2003 WIAA State Boys Basketball Tournament continues. This morning, Division IV semifinals will start with the Marshfield Columbus Dons against the Randolph Rockets. Hi, everybody. Good morning. Thanks for joining us. Along with Joe Wolf, I'm Jay Wilson. We're set to bring you the Division IV semifinal between Marshfield Columbus and Randolph. Randolph, the defending state champion, Joe. Two very different clubs we're going to see today. And for Randolph, a lot of faces you saw from last year, but a little different look where they're getting contributions from more players than just Bruce Waterworth.
Well, with the maturation of Greg Steemsma, Bruce Waterworth is kind of taking a second fiddle to what he does during the game. Bruce has had a great senior year, but Steemsma maturation has led to 14.4 points per game, and of course his defensive presence of almost 6 blocks a game. Tillema is a sophomore, growing rapidly. Also his game is growing rapidly.
That's Randolph on our Menards points of the game. Now for Marshfield Columbus, they will be at a decided height disadvantage today, but they have quickness, especially at the guard position with Sean Lee.
Sean Lee does it all for his team. Shoots threes, penetrates. Will Randolph's length take away from Sean Lee's effectiveness?
We'll find out as we start in just a few moments with the lineups. Hope you'll stick with us all day long here at the state tournament. Now a message from our statewide sponsors. This is your WIAA network station.
WIAA sports teach our kids the importance of hard work, commitment, and support. The same values needed to help make our public schools great schools. I'm Matt LePay, voice of the Wisconsin Badgers. Great schools help keep communities safe, strengthen our economy, and fulfill our democracy. Great schools benefit everyone. The Wisconsin Education Association Council is proud to support WIAA boys and girls sports and reminds you that every kid deserves a great school.
A passion for learning. Excellence in education. Pride in sharing the rewards of accomplishment. That's why we established the Marshfield Clinic Science Award, presented to the students and teachers of each championship school. Winning at life, it's how you play the game.
Build your next outdoor project with the best treated lumber available. Premium quality AC2 lumber from Menards. It's arsenic-free with a lifetime warranty. It's available in lengths from 8 to 20 feet and all on sale. It's the perfect choice for all your outdoor projects, like this Powerhouse Play Tower by Playstar. With water slide, climbing wall, swings, rings, ropes, and water cannon. On sale just $599. Plus, don't pay for 12 months. Now at Menards.
Save big money at Menards.
Was
Brenna Trusoni of Marshfield Columbus High School with our national anthem. As we continue our coverage of the state boys basketball tournament, our thoughts are with the men and women of our armed forces serving our country in the Middle East. Now the starting lineups and the lineups. Marshfield Columbus and Randolph. Here's public address announcer Jim Strick.
And now let's meet the participants for today's Division IV semifinal between the Marshfield Columbus Dons and the Randolph Rockets. And now the non-starters for Marshfield Columbus. Number 10, Eric Weber. Number 11, Brad Heinzen. Number 21, Scott Marks. Number 22, Joey Altman. Number 31, Nick Landwehr. Number 32, Nick Cito. Number 33, Willie Deringer. Number 34, Ben Christensen. Number 42, Evan Rose. And number 44, Evan Sell. And now here are the non-starters for Randolph. Number 4, Jordan Wittoon. Number 12, Nick Gore. Number 14, Marcus Zondag. Number 20, Ben Steensma. Number 30, Wesley DeVries. Number 40, Tim Hollander. Number 42, Stephen DeVries. Number 44, Justin Zander. Number 50, Jason Potoff. And number 52, Brandon Namer. And now, here are today's starting lineups. First for Marshfield Columbus, starting at forward, a 6-foot senior, number 20, Kyle Zingerlicki. At center, a 6'3" senior, number 41, Sam Klum. Starting at guard, a 5'11" junior, number 12, Jason Gorman. And another guard for the Dons, a 5'11" senior, number 5, Mark Loveland. And at guard, a 5'10" senior, number 3, Sean Lee. Marshfield Columbus is coached by Scott Collins. And now the starting lineup for the Randolph Rockets. Starting at forward, a 6'3" senior, number 22, Bruce Waterworth. At the other forward, a 6'7" sophomore, number 24, Ryan Tilma. Starting at center, a 6'11" junior, number 34, Greg Steensma. And one guard for the Rockets, a 5'10" sophomore, number 10, Mike Beal. And at the other guard, a 6'5" junior, number 32, Tyler Fisher. The head coach for Randolph is Bob Halfley. Today's officials are Tim Bassett and Dave Dewey, both of Chautauqua.
Time now for the starting lineups, brought to you by Option Herbicide. Option, grass control that puts you in control. Marshfield Columbus. There's the starters, Lee, Loveland, Zingerlicki, Klum, all seniors. Jason Gorman is a junior. For Randolph, there you got some big guys in there. Greg Steensma is 6'11", Ryan Tillema is 6'7", Tyler Fisher 6'5", Waterworth the only senior starting today for Randolph. The Rockets will be in the white uniforms with the blue trim, and Columbus will be in the dark blue uniforms with the white lettering and the gold trim. And Joe Wolf, Randolph clearly the favorite in a lot of people's minds in this game, but Columbus sounds like they're a pretty confident group and can give them a pretty good run.
Well, it's a dichotomy of what each team wants to do on the court. Marshfield Columbus wants to run, they want to penetrate, they want to shoot threes. Randolph, of course, with their height, wants to stay inside.
You pulled out dichotomy at before 9:30 in the morning?
Please don't ask me to spell that. It just popped into my head. What can I do?
It sounded great. Don't get me wrong. It sounded great. Here we go. Randolph. That ball out of the hands of Steensma, and here comes Sean Lee. They'll shoot a lot of threes, and Lee hits it. Wow. How about that for a start for the Dons?
First quarter in the state tournament game, both teams are going to come out and see what they can do, and then adjustments will happen after that. Marshfield Columbus coming out in a pressure, man-to-man, full court. They're going to run the ball against Randolph, see what happens.
Here's Waterworth. He lost it out of bounds, but it stays with the Rockets.
See, it's always easy, Jay, in a state tournament game to come out and play hard the first 8 minutes, but it's a 32-minute ball game.
Waterworth the inbound. 32 is Tyler Fisher. Into Steemsma. That's too deep. And that's the problem for Marshfield Columbus today.
That is, and one thing that Greg Steemsma has done this year is really become a load in the post. And what I mean by being a load is the fact that he takes up a lot of space with a lot of strength.
Randolph pushing. That's off the hand of Waterworth, out of bounds. Marshfield Columbus. Second early turnover on Randolph.
And tempo-wise, Marshfield Columbus really likes this. They want to get up and down the court. They want to see if they can get Steemsma tired.
Sure. And Marshfield Columbus, on average, shoots over 23-point shots a game.
That's more than you used to shoot,
well,
Jay.
We didn't have threes when I played. Loveland hits. Well, Marshfield Columbus with a couple of three-pointers and a 6-2 early lead. Now here's Randolph. Steemsma. Dishing to Beal. Miss. Beal gets the rebound and maintains control. Lee goes hard to the floor. He draws the foul.
The one thing that Marshfield Columbus has to be concerned with at this point is that if Beal gets the offensive rebound, he's the smallest Randolph player.
That's right. He's 5'10". That time he gave the elbow to Sean Lee, so the third turnover on Randolph, and Columbus with the ball leading 6-2.
Many ways to create space, but one of them is not to use your elbow.
Yeah, some of them are illegal. Lee, another three!
That kid can just flat out shoot it. We watched him at their practice the other day, and he just can flat out shoot it.
Well, no confidence problem for Marshfield Columbus to start. Can Waterworth bring him back? At their ball. Oh, and a hustle play there by Tillema as he bounced it off of Loveland, and Randolph keeps it.
And speaking to Coach Hafley at their shoot-around the other day, he was really impressed with Ryan Tillema's growth this year as just a sophomore. Not only physically, but his mental growth and savvy on the court has been tremendous. Hello!
Dunk for Steemsma. Well, they're trading 3 for 2 right now. Here's Lee. Quickness. Oh, the floater over Steemsma and draws the foul. Lee hit the floor hard, but he's going to get up and shoot free throws. Okay.
One of the things that Greg Steemsma has done this year, become more dominant down and low. He's the presence that the offense for the Randolph Rockets. And Sean Lee taking it right at the big fella. Losing a contact, unfortunately, looks like.
Yeah. Yeah, how did he find that thing?
Actually, yeah.
Oh, now he dropped it again. Oh, no.
Gorman found it the first time.
Is that a turnover, Don? You drop it? Okay. Oh, and yeah, there's the saline solution.
Who's got the mirror? Anybody got a mirror?
All right, we have a momentary delay to get the contact lens back in. Now, a lot of people at home are going, oh, I don't want to see him put it in his eye. Oh, my wife hates that. Oh, she can't stand him. There we go. He's going to be all right. So we're going to be ready to go in just a little bit. The 2003 WIAA tournament is brought to you by Wisconsin's technical colleges. More vital to our state than ever before. Where would we be without them? Well, I hope this isn't too close for Sean Lee. Usually he's way outside the arc, but 2 3-point baskets so far, 6 points for him. And he's a 76% free throw shooter, so very good, as you might suspect.
So is this considered a layup based on his range?
Pretty close.
Yeah.
Pretty close. He makes 2.
Has he touched the rim yet?
I don't think so. Wow. That's when fatigue sets in, when it goes off the rim and in.
Yeah.
Here's Beal. Oh, finally it opened up in the lane for him, and he hits the little jumper.
And if Marshfield Columbus is going to concentrate on Greg Steemsma, Beal's going to have to do a job of getting in to the paint and finishing.
5-point lead for Marshfield Columbus. Mark Loveland to Lee. He'll work on Beal. Lee kicks it to Zigerlicki. Got it!
Drive and dish. That's what Marshfield Columbus is known for, and they're doing it right now.
13-6 Columbus. They look for Steemsma, but knocked out of bounds by Sam Klum. 5:10 remaining, first quarter. Tillema will inbound. He goes out high to Tyler Fisher.
You said it was awful early to pull out dichotomy. Well, it's awful early to put on makeup in the morning, too, for crying out loud.
But it's got to be done. Beal driving. Rebound, Klum. He gets it in the hands of Lee, and Columbus will push it. Lee, stutter step on Tillema. Waterworth helps out, knocks it out of bounds. We're going to get our first substitution as 44 Justin Zander will check in for Randolph.
And that's where Tillema's improved. Even though he's 6'7", last year he played the 2 guard. Now he's playing 2, 3, 4, sometimes 1. His versatility and his foot quickness is really surprising for the growth that he's had.
Yeah. He's 6'7" now, and they say he's still growing. Could end up 6'9", 6'10", maybe even more. Who knows?
Saw Randolph play a sectional game up in Plymouth, and it was funny to me that the 6'7" kid would go up to block the shot. And if he didn't get it, then Stimsma would catch it. But boy, I tell you, Marshfield Columbus is showing them what they got.
Loveland puts Columbus 4 for 4 from three-point range so far. 16-6 Dons. Wide open underneath is Fisher. Missed it. Oh, Steamsma tips it in. And 2 Columbus players hit the floor.
Is this Division 4 again?
I guess. Not like the olden days, I'll tell you that. Lee. That's a 2-point attempt. That one missed. But there's Zigerlicki. Oh, he hit the side of the backboard, and Steamsma clears for the Rockets.
I think that's what Randolph wants to do on defense is challenge your shots, if not block them, but only limit Marshfield Columbus to 1 shot. No second chance points.
Miss, and Klum has nice position to take the rebound away from Steamsma. There's Loveland. Now they got to try more threes. That's too close. Blocked there by Steamsma. Coming away with it is Fisher for Randolph. Now they push it. Tillema lays it in.
Back and forth, back and forth. Still favors Marshfield Columbus, but Randolph will take the percentage shot in a layup if they can get it.
Loveland. Tough shot. He has 8.
Is this fun basketball?
Oh, man, this is great.
Both championship teams looking at each other saying, what do you have?
Yep. Zigerlicki knocked that one out of bounds.
Television timeout.
And thankfully, we have a timeout to catch our breath. Now a message from our statewide sponsors. This is your WIAA network station.
Sometimes you lose. Sometimes you win. And sometimes you find yourself at the bottom of a pile of guys who haven't showered in a few hours. In which case, it'd be nice if they'd be good sports and got off. The WIAA Sportsmanship Award. You gotta be good to get it.
For Jack's Parkinson's, it wasn't the big things.
He just couldn't help out with the little things.
Jack had an innovative procedure called deep brain stimulation.
And when we found the abnormal area, we knew that his life would change for the better.
The tremor stopped, dead still.
He finally got his life back.
Life back.
They truly did give you back the life.
And just to see the old Jack, it's quite a blessing.
Marshfield Clinic, where the future of medicine lives.
It has been a wonderful first quarter. Both teams doing things well. Here's Greg Steamsma to start it with a big one.
And we talked about his presence inside. Done a nice job of being stronger in the post. And then you've got Loveland here off a pick, pulling up way behind the 3.
They don't need a lot of room to get those threes off, do they?
No, and their quickness and their ability to penetrate on a straight line drive is causing Randolph many problems this first 5-6 minutes.
Greg Steamsma, of course, committed to play at the University of Wisconsin for Bo Ryan. Steamsma, though, just finishing his junior year. Very early commitment. Waterworth, three-pointer, short. Rebound Zander, he'll put it in. Justin Zander off the bench to score. Lee, that one's off. Steamsma rebound Randolph.
And you can tell from Marshfield Columbus, they're going to be hot, they're going to be cold.
Yeah.
Randolph's going to limit them to 1 shot. It's going to be a game of runs.
Right now, Randolph is creeping back in, down only 6. Beating the post is Tillema. Rimming out, rebound Loveland. There you see the difference in the teams today. Marshfield Columbus, the perimeter game. Randolph pounding it inside. Number 12, Jason Gorman in for Marshfield Columbus. This is Sam Klum. Steamsma says, go ahead if you want. Klum doesn't want any part of those three-pointers, I don't think. In fact, he hasn't tried one yet this year.
Knowing your role is such a key point in championship teams. If everybody contributes and does their role, many good things happen.
But don't you think it kind of runs through Sam Klum's mind that, geez, maybe one of these days I'll just try one.
Well, he'll get, one of these days. That's good thinking. That's positive thinking on Sam Klum's part.
But you know what? If he tries one, I don't know if he gets to try a second.
That's right.
Now there, Klum gets the long rebound. Kicks it back to Loveland. Swing it to Lee.
And that's a good point, Jay. Long shots will have long rebounds. So if Marshfield Columbus continues to work the offensive board, those long rebounds may come into their hands.
Loveland pulling up. That's a tough shot. Rebound 24, Ryan Tillema, Randolph. To Marshfield Columbus. There's Bob Heffley, head coach Randolph, defending state champion. Randolph has won championships in 1996, 1998, and 2002. The Randolph Rockets making their 8th trip to state. Number 40, Tim Hollander in for Randolph. And Rockets have to take a little bit better care of the basketball. And Marshfield Columbus, despite that high-paced tempo, hasn't turned the ball over yet. Now it's the final half minute of the first quarter. Well, it seems like if Columbus would sit on the ball for a while, they'd get a rash or something, because it just doesn't look like Columbus, you know. Now here's Lee with 12. Lee to Gorman for 3. Rebound Hollander. Randolph will get the final attempt. Zander, Waterworth, three-pointer short. And that's the quarter. Marshfield Columbus has a 6-point advantage. Now a message from your local station. This is your WIAA network station. Start of the second quarter coming up. Time for our game summary, brought to you by the Community Bankers of Wisconsin. We're the definition of local. Well, Marshfield Columbus, very effective from outside, and Randolph very effective from the inside, Joe.
And it's going to be a game of runs, as we said, Jay. But why do runs happen? Well, guys get tired. Competitors challenge themselves to get better when the other team's making a run. A lot of different factors in a basketball game, which makes this sport so exciting.
Yes, no question. Marshfield Columbus hit its first 4 3-point attempts. Now the Dons have missed their last 3. Taking care of a little perspiration on the court. And the motion W. There's Evan Sell into the game for Marshfield Columbus, his first appearance. The junior center. Again, Marshfield Columbus, their tallest player is Evan Rose, 6'4". Sam Klum is 6'3". Evan Sell is 6'2".
And they'd be a 2-guard on Randolph's team.
Yeah, right, right. But you look up at the scoreboard, look who's ahead. It's Marshfield Columbus by 6.
Well, their motion is tremendous. They set good screens on the perimeter, get guys open, and if they can't get open, they dribble, penetrate, and try to find somebody.
That time Waterworth gets the steal, the first turnover on Columbus today. And that's the kind of game Columbus had to play. They had to hit from the outside and play a near-perfect game with their possessions, and that's why they're ahead by 6. Now Steamsma feeding the post, kicking it back to Fisher.
And Randolph will be patient. Coach Heffley's done a nice job with the patience of the Randolph Rockets.
Well, that pass was deflected, and Tyler Fisher picks up the garbage and scores his first basket.
Some of that is attributed to height. You get the loose balls when they're up high with your height.
Lee misses another. Rebound Hollander. Hollander to Steamsma. Got a push in the back. That's going to be a foul on Mark Loveland, Marshfield Columbus.
And as I said, Randolph will run through their offense, be patient with it, get a good quality shot. And once they get that good quality shot, they're going to try to cover the boards. Through their movement, they get a lot of board coverage.
Waterworth to inbound. That's Tyler Fisher, 32. Waterworth gets it back. Short. Loveland rebound. Marshfield Columbus. Now Sean Lee pounds the dribble. Spin move. Finds Loveland. Missed another three. Rebound Mike Beal.
This is where the adrenaline has stopped. So how do you pick yourself up now? Everything's come to a lull for Marshfield Columbus. How do you get yourself going?
Well, there's a way as they triple team Steamsma, force the tie up. It'll stay with Randolph.
And everybody knows about Randolph and their tradition and their state championships and their height and everything else, but they're still only 16, 17, 18-year-old kids.
Yep.
And this is the state tournament. A lot of pressure goes on here.
Waterworth, the senior, now that time. That's 1st and 10 as Jason Gorman literally tackles Steamsma. 24, Ryan Tillema back in for Randolph, replacing Bruce Waterworth. Well, and Greg Steamsma has seen every kind of defense you can see. Triple teams, 4 guys on him sometimes. Tillema, beautiful move.
And that's what Coach Hafley said. The improvement in Ryan Tillema has been the greatest this year. You can see by his ability to take it to the basket.
Getting cold in here for Marshfield Columbus. 5 of 6 to start. Well, on cue, that's Sean Lee for 3. They were 1 of 11. But now Lee hits to make him 11 points his total today. 21-16. Steamsma now on the wing, outside the arc. Beal driving. Foul there, Marshfield Columbus. That's going to go on Sean Lee. His first, 3rd team foul. Here's Ryan Tillema at work.
6'7", nice pump fake, takes it to the hole. Little up and under while he's in the air. We talked about the progress of Ryan Tillema, and then you've got Sean Lee at the other end. That's what is what he does. He actually hit the rim that time.
Yeah.
A little disappointed.
But, as we said too, teams with good shooters, if you miss a few, just keep shooting it. They'll go. Steamsma with that 15-footer. Rebound is good by Tyler Fisher Randolph. His 5th point, 21-18. Lee with a cat and mouse with Beal. Now Gorman has it. Loveland behind the back. Here's Lee. Loveland missed the pick, so Lee will have to do it on his own. He'll drive against 3. Player control foul, Sean Lee. Taking the charge is Ryan Tillema.
Ryan Tillema with great help defense, getting in the proper position to take the charge. Just a sophomore with the savvy to get in the right position, knowing Sean Lee is going to try to take it to the basket. He's a scorer.
So Sean Lee now with his 2nd personal foul, and you'd hate to see him get his 3rd if you're Marshfield Columbus, with still 4:30 left in the first half. To Steamsma. Catches, finishes.
A lot of bodies hitting the floor after the shot there, too.
That time, Steamsma got a good grab on somebody. And Marshfield Columbus will call a 30-second timeout. Here's Greg Steamsma working. Let's see if we can see what happens after the play. Yeah, that's a pretty good little takedown there.
Well, and Greg Steamsma has done a better job getting low in that post, getting up, catching the ball, and finishing it around the hoop. His touch has improved so much from last year, and that's why Bruce Waterworth is kind of taking the 2nd seat to Greg Steamsma, is because of his improved post play.
Steamsma was named the Trailways Conference MVP, but Bruce Waterworth was right there in the vote. So both of them had sensational seasons, and that can be difficult when you have more than one clear-cut star. There can be some difficult times, that's for sure. But Randolph has certainly had the oars rowing in the right direction. Everybody's pulling the right way, and they're 23-2. And in the paint, Randolph has outscored Marshfield Columbus 20-0. The Rockets on a 10-3 run in the last 5+ minutes. But Marshfield Columbus still with the 1-point lead.
Now, Sean Lee's got to be very careful here with those 2 fouls. How much can he penetrate and finish at the basket? Or penetrate and get up in the air is going to be a question in his mind.
Loveland gets a good look. Missed it. Rebound. 34, Greg Stevens.
And one and done, as we said, with Randolph's height and their ability to get up in the air. Marshfield has to shoot a high percentage.
And at times they will. Here's Bruce Waterworth back in for Randolph. Ryan Tillema. They're trying to feed Steamsman. Now he has it. Jump hook misses. Tip Waterworth. What a play.
And that's where Marshfield Columbus can't get into watching Greg Steamsma perform. They've got to make sure that they do their responsibility of blocking out after he shoots. If he makes it, fine. Get it out of the basket and run with it. If not, grab that rebound. That time, Bruce Waterworth went over and got it.
First lead of the game for the defending champs. Then Loveland missed that one. Steamsma another rebound. This reminds me of the old fable of the tortoise and the hare. The hare jumped out to a big lead, and here comes Mr. Turtle. Although it's hard to think of Randolph as being a turtle. They're a little better than that. Steams the miss. Bounces to Hollander. And off the official, and play continues.
Does he get an assist?
Yeah, I guess so. He's been busy finding context, having balls bounce off him. Down to 2:40 in the quarter. Tillema, my goodness, what a first half he's had.
You've got a 6'11" guy escaping from the post and a 6'7" guy filling the post and then finishing at the basket.
Momentum clearly in Randolph's favor. Loveland three. Well, that gets it back on Marshfield Columbus's side.
Good thing that Mark Loveland took the lid off from Marshfield Columbus. They're going to need a couple threes going into the end of the quarter here.
There's life in that hair yet.
Little trapping defense from Columbus. Got to protect the hoop.
Waterworth left wide open underneath. He has 4. 26-24 Randolph. You gotta be kidding.
And maybe they went to the trapping defense to change the tempo. Maybe they didn't like the tempo, so maybe they were willing to give up that easy layup to get the ball out and get into their tempo.
Jason Gorman with that three-pointer. .143 in the half. Marshfield Columbus back in front. Foul. Waterworth. Gorman tried to cut off the baseline, but Waterworth drew the foul. His second personal foul. 44, Justin Zander in. People at home might be going, what was Wolf talking about there? But there's a Grinnell College down in Iowa. Have you seen them play? That's their whole strategy.
Well, the coach is a descendant of Paul Westhead, who I played with the Denver Nuggets.
Sure.
And the thinking there is you're going to outscore your opponents. You're going to get the ball out after they make it, and you're going to come down and shoot a three, and you're going to score more points.
And Grinnell puts up, they put up 140, 150 points in games this year. And of course, those Loyola Marymount teams that Westhead had, my gosh.
Yeah,
were they something to watch?
The Denver Nuggets teams didn't do so well. Only won 20 games one year, so.
You didn't wrap yourself in the theory of.
No, at some levels I believe it works, but in the NBA it did not work. At least at that point it did.
Well, there's a time and a place for everything, I guess.
That's right.
Final minute, second quarter. Marshfield Columbus with a 1-point lead. Lee scooping and dishing out the club. What a play.
And the fearlessness of Sean Lee to go in there with 2 fouls, realizing that, avoiding the charge, and finding a teammate. Spectacular.
29-26, Marshfield Columbus.
And now with Steamsma out of the lineup, the Columbus is in a matchup zone.
Down to 30 seconds, second quarter. Oh, we get to watch another half of this. This is great. I was worried it was the third quarter. Tyler Fisher with it at 15 seconds. Zander to Tilma. That's a three-pointer. Oh my gosh, he hit it. And that's the first half. Ryan Tilma puts the exclamation point and says to Columbus, well, you can hit them, I can too. What a first half, and fittingly we're tied. Now a message from our statewide sponsors. This is your WIAA network station.
They keep things going at the end of the day. They take us into the sky. They keep us moving and keep us safe. They save lives. They create what we see. They create what we use. They keep us informed. They show us the way. They show us the world. They show us the future. They are graduates of Wisconsin technical colleges. Where would we be without them?
Alrighty, same day?
And remember, it's very fragile.
Right.
He got 20 minutes, got in a fight and scored.
Thanks.
Shake stuff up.
How do we define a genuine Wisconsin community bank? For you, it means local decisions. For us, it means local commitment. And for the community, it means local investment. The Community Bankers of Wisconsin. We're the definition of local. Visit us at communitybankers.org.
Jay Wilson and Joe Wolf back at the Kohl Center in Madison. There you see the dance team from Marshfield Columbus performing at halftime, and they got a lot to dance about. 29-29, and what was, quite frankly, a spectacular first half. Joe, Marshfield Columbus just has to be tickled pink where they are now. We knew they had some confidence, but they translated that into the floor in that first half.
Well, people not familiar with Marshfield Columbus saw what they were all about in that first 6 minutes. As we talked about, Jay, it's going to be a game of runs just because you've got such a dichotomy of styles. You like that word?
I like that. Oh, that's good. That's good. That's a $5 one there.
And not only that, but the other team is going to take the challenge every time that the other team makes a spurt. So you're going to have runs, and you're going to have a lot of fun times in the second half.
And Randolph, with that championship experience as recently as last year, you know, everything's going to be helter-skelter, but they're going to probably keep their composure out of it.
Championship team, they know the role. Coach Hafley has them in a system. They know their system. They're going to be patient with it. They're going to get good, solid shots. They're going to play good on the defensive end and get the rebounds.
All right, that's the story here. 29-29 at halftime. We'll be back with first half highlights and stats in a few moments. But right now, let's go to Brian Grau.
Thanks a lot, Jay and Joe, all tied up at 29 apiece between Marshfield Columbus and Randolph in the first Division IV semifinal of the day. When your dad's the coach of a basketball team, there's plenty of issues that can come up. For example, can two people get together and get along with each other at practice and then go home and get along with each other at home at night? Mike Jocks of WQOW-TV in Eau Claire has the story of some daughters who play for their father.
Jeff Geisler is the girls' head basketball coach at Thorpe High School. And one of the girls on his team just happens to be his daughter, Lindsay.
Sometimes we don't get along real well. She'll fight, we'll argue. But in the wash, she comes out pretty good. That she knows we're looking out for the best interest of the team.
I don't know. We've always just been able to talk to each other, and if he wants me to say something that he doesn't think he can say to the kids about anything, he can just say it to me and I can say it to the kids, or I don't know, it's just different.
Some daughters don't like when their dads bring work home, but Lindsay, she doesn't mind because it's basketball.
At home, it's never without basketball, and it's been our whole life, from my sister to me, and when I'm done, who knows what's going to happen.
Basketball has done a lot to keep our family together and keeping our interest up. But it's a family thing, not just a part-time thing. It's year-round for us.
Here in Eau Claire, Regis head coach Russ Ryan is in his first year as head coach of the Ramblers, a squad that includes his daughter Katie. While he may be a rookie head coach to everyone else, he's been coaching Katie for the last 17 years.
Y ball all the way through 8th grade, and then summer leagues
all through high school. Summer leagues, I coached her too, so I've been with her a long time.
My dad was my middle school coach, and even when he wasn't coaching me last year, he'd always talk about it after the games and before the games. He'd be there to like try and pump me up or tell me what I needed to work on. So he's been coaching me even when he wasn't coaching last year. He was still coaching me at home.
I've been with her a long time. She's probably sick of me by now, but I still keep trying to be positive to her and help her all I can. She's a great ball player, and I love being around her.
I just like seeing how happy it makes him.
If there's a downside to coaching your daughter, both coaches agree. Eventually, you have to say goodbye.
I love being around her, and I love coaching her, and I like seeing her excel in something. And when she leaves, yeah, part of me's going to leave. It's going to be hard.
The worst part is, I think, that it's going to come to an end. That's the worst part.
Eventually, it will come to an end for both daughters and dads, but the experience and the memories, they will last a lifetime.
Thanks a lot, Mike Jocks. Mike Jocks from WQAW Television in Eau Claire. Well, we're just getting started here on day 2 of the 2003 Boys WIAA State Basketball Tournament. We're at halftime of game number 1, and it's all tied up at 29 apiece. The winner of this one plays the winner of the next game between Northwood coming in with a 21-4 record, matched up against Seneca, making its second straight state appearance. They come in with a 22-3 record. In the afternoon session, Ripon and Seymour, the Division II semifinal. Ripon in with a 23-2 record. Seymour, they've been here before, 22-2 record. The winner of that one plays the winner of the La Crosse Aquinas Portage game. The Blue Golds of Aquinas come in 22-3 and Portage 23-1. And then we move into the Division I semifinals. The winners from yesterday, Appleton West moves on with a 22-2 record against Eau Claire Memorial. The Old Abes 21-3, and then they will face the winner of Fond du Lac and Milwaukee King. King, the number 1 ranked team in the state, 24-0 against Fond du Lac's 22-2 record. Perhaps you would like to get a copy of some of these basketball games, and we have just the numbers for you to look at right here. If you'd like to order a copy of a basketball game, 888-634-8611, or you can call 608-283-3144. It costs $24.95 plus $6.95 shipping and handling, and they will take plastic, MasterCard or Visa, and please allow 6 to 8 weeks for delivery. That's brought to you by Concept Productions. Well, we're at halftime of the Division IV semifinal game. Marshfield-Columbus and Randolph, the defending Division IV state champions. That's all from up top. We send it back downstairs to Jay and Joe.
All right, Brian, thanks very much. Here's what I like about you. Big time star.
You too.
Well, no, wait, let me finish. Big time star in North Carolina. Man, you played some of the biggest games you can play in. You played all those years in the NBA. But you come back here for the Division IV semifinals at the state tournament, and you were like a kid in a candy store. That was one great first half of action.
Well, I love the game, and I hope I show that in my attitude.
Absolutely.
I've always loved being in the gym. I've always loved being outside shooting baskets, and I can't play it anymore. But I still get a thrill out of watching competitors compete on the basketball floor.
But that first half was just what this tournament's all about, wasn't it?
Exactly. 2 teams showing the other teams why they're here. And you know, to continue with that thought into the second half, Marshfield-Columbus, if they can get in the 60 or 70 point range, as we talked about earlier, they have a great shot at beating Randolph. Now on the other side, Randolph knows that at 29-29, this is probably where they want to be.
Sure. Okay, let's take a look at the first half highlights. We're going to see a few 3-point shots because that was a pretty big factor.
Well, Sean Lee, and you're going to see him more than a couple times on these highlights, does a great job of coming down, not only pulling up for the 3, but getting his teammates involved, like Loveland. Here again, pulling up for the 3. He hit the rim that time. That's a no-no. And then you got Stemsma doing such a great job inside, being stronger this year in his junior year. Loveland again off a pick, shooting way behind the 3-point line, nothing but the bottom of the net. Then once again, Lee creating for himself. Well, he hit the rim there again.
Oh, man. Perhaps it's fatigue setting in, you never know.
And once again, creating for his teammates. Lee does a nice job of finding his teammates in Loveland and in Gorman. And then, of course, Ryan Tilleman. His growth this year, physically and as a player, shown in that 3-point at the end of the half.
And that tied the game at 29, and that's where we are as we approach the third quarter. Here's the halftime statistics. Randolph had 7 offensive rebounds, and 5 of the 7 times they put him back in for offensive basket putbacks. And second chance points, Randolph dominating inside, 26-2 on the inside points. But look at Marshfield-Columbus, 7 of 12 from 3-point range. Leading scorers first half, Sean Lee, Mark Loveland, 11 each for Marshfield-Columbus. Ryan Tillema leading Randolph with 9. We'll be back with more from the state tournaments, but first a message from your local station. This is your WIAA network station. Along with Joe Wolf, I'm Jay Wilson, live from the Kohl Center in Madison. Our first Division IV semifinal game of the day has been a dandy, 29-29 at halftime. Marshfield Columbus at their shoot-around. All the teams get 25 minutes to practice here on the Kohl Center floor on Wednesday. Marshfield Columbus came off the floor and said, "Oh, we shot great." And you know what happened right after that? Some malfunction in the computer system shut down most of the lights. So they came off the floor and said, "Man, we shot the lights out." And, you know, a lot of teams come here and they have trouble with this background. They don't shoot very well. Lee left hand missed to start the second half. But Marshfield Columbus, 7 of 12 shooting from three-point range first half. Man, they do that in the second half. They'll be in good shape. Reverse by Steemsma, left-handed. Beauty.
And look at the foot movement. His footwork has improved tremendously from his sophomore to junior year. Shown in that right there.
Randolph takes the lead. That's a long three that's way short by Loveland. Rebound Klum. That shot missed. Tipped ahead to Waterworth. Gets it to Beal. Can he beat the defender? And he counts in a foul. Jason Gorman fouled Beal. Three-point potential right here. His third. First we'll look at Greg Steemsma. Nope, check it out. Here's that last break by Beal. And Randolph, 4 quick points to start the second half.
And Randolph is not afraid to run. They will run as long as they can get a high percentage layup at the other end. If they're not going to get anything from it, they won't look to run.
A smart, well-coached team, the Randolph Rockets. That's why they're back at state. Gorman, three, got it!
And now, refresh my memory, why is Marshfield Columbus here?
I can give you 3 reasons. Alley-oop to Steemsma from Waterworth.
A nice tip pass for Greg Steemsma to Bruce Waterworth to set that all up.
Now here's Lee driving. Oh, that's on Lee. Another foul, his third. And who took the charge? Greg Steemsma.
That's a heady play from Greg Steemsma.
Yeah.
He could have gone up and blocked that, and had Sean Lee really gone into him like he had, instead of going up for the block, Greg takes the charge. It's a heady play for a junior.
Good play. Oh, long pass to Waterworth. He'll score it. Waterworth with 6. Randolph's lead is 5, but Lee missed the 3. Steemsma skies, and here they run again. Tyler Fisher missed it. Now we go back the other way with Marshfield Columbus. Loveland has a little trouble with it, but now gets it to Sean Lee.
And Marshfield Columbus has to be worried about those breakouts. They have to have defensive balance. They have to make sure that somebody's back at all times if they're going to put up 3-point shots.
Zigerlicki miss. Good position there by Greg Steemsma. He's starting to pile up the rebounds now. Waterworth driving. Missing. Tillema pulls it away from 3 defenders. We were tied at halftime, but Randolph now is up 5. Steemsma finds a cutting Fisher, who misses the layup. And the foul is going to go on Marshfield Columbus. 41 Sam Klum with the foul. First personal, 3rd team foul. There's Scott Pullins. 5th year as head coach of Marshfield Columbus. He was 4 years as an assistant before that. Inbound to Fisher, and he gets that one to go.
And on the inbound play, Greg Steemsma can just take so many of the Marshfield players out of the play, leaving his teammates wide open for layups.
Well, in a game of runs, Randolph has one to start the 3rd quarter. Now a message from our statewide sponsors. This is your WIAA network station.
WIAA sports teach our kids the importance of hard work, commitment, and support. The same values needed to help make our public schools great schools. I'm Matt LePay, voice of the Wisconsin Badgers. Great schools help keep communities safe, strengthen our economy, and fulfill our democracy. Great schools benefit everyone. The Wisconsin Education Association Council is proud to support WIAA boys and girls sports and reminds you that every kid deserves a great school.
There is a place where progress is made, where innovations and discoveries happen every day, and people are dedicated to finding answers, like a community program with one purpose: to keep children immunized. By forming unique partnerships, immunization rates have dramatically increased and are the highest in community history. It's discoveries like these that happen every day at a place where the future of medicine lives. Marshfield Clinic.
We were tied at 29 at halftime, and the third quarter has been at a very high pace, and Marshfield Columbus still relying on that three-pointer.
And they do have 3 points since the start of the half. But this tip from Greg Steemsma to Bruce Water, were leading to the Steemsma dunk, was just fabulous. For a Division IV team to complete that at the state tournament is unbelievable.
Not a whole lot of Division I teams that can do it like that either, huh?
Exactly.
Now look at Randolph. Fast break points. 8-0.
And they're on a 10-3 run since the beginning of the third quarter.
Lee driving, pulling up. Oh my goodness, I don't think you can do that.
You know, and it was a delayed whistle because of the fact that they don't see that too much. You know, everybody just dropped their jaw and said, okay, he put it over a 6'7" kid. It was going to the hoop, and oh yes, I think he did goaltend that.
The definition of goaltending.
You just don't see that much, so it's kind of like, oh yeah, I gotta blow my whistle here. That's pretty good.
Nobody waits that long to knock it out like that.
Right.
39-34. Here's Lee. Nice pass to Sell, who fumbled it. Lee with a left hand.
Nice finish.
15 for Lee.
It's a nice job by Sell to gain control of the ball and then to pass it to teammate Sean Lee with a nice reversal.
Marshfield Columbus back to within 3. Inside. Look at Klum knock it out of bounds. What a hustle play by him.
Into the game for Randolph, number
44, Justin Zander in for Randolph.
Lee does a nice job controlling the break. Sell does a nice job getting the ball under control, and then back to Lee for the finish.
Using that rim as an extra defender. To block the defender away, I should say.
That's especially helpful when you're playing against 6'11", 6'5", 6'7". Use every chance you can to get that defender out of your face.
Steemsma, nice pass off, and who else but Ryan Tillman. He has 11. Lee, here's Klum. He'll try it. Short. Rebound, Marshfield Columbus. They get a good look from Loveland. Three-pointer.
Yes.
14 for Loveland. 41-39.
And Marshfield has gotten back into the game because they've gotten their defensive balance worked out. They've got somebody back at all times.
Klum and Steemsma having a huge battle at the post. That shot rims out, and Klum beats Steemsma to the ball. Marshfield Columbus can tie it with a 2. Oh, travel. Well, even if Lee got through there, Steemsma wasn't going to let that shot go anywhere.
He caught that with his armpit.
Yeah. Fourth turnover on Marshfield Columbus. They've done a nice job handling the ball. Waterworth and Fisher out for Randolph. In comes 40, Tim Hollander. 10, Mike Beal. Anybody's game with 3:40 left, third quarter. Seneca and Northwood, the next Division IV semifinal after this one. Steemsma, low post, count it, and a foul. Well, he can make a lot of hay down there if he gets that position.
And Greg Steemsma is really asking for the ball. He really wants to be the pivotal player in this game. Does a nice job of getting deep and then finishing for a possible three-point play.
And he created a little space there to help out, too. Missed the free throw, though. And Randolph knocks the outlet pass away, and they'll reset it with Mike Beal with 3:20 left third quarter. Randolph leading by 4.
This is one of the few times that the Randolph Rockets don't have 3 or 4 ball handlers, true ball handlers on the floor. Tillema and Beal are really the only ball handlers.
Steemsma driving, fouled in the lane. Referees discuss who the foul is on. No basket, no shot. Foul's on 5. Mark Loveland, his second. Fifth team foul. 5th team foul on Marshfield Columbus.
And that's the interesting thing about the Randolph Rockets. They not only have Steemsma in the middle, but they have 4 true ball handlers from their starting 5.
Well, that's Another hustle play by Klum. But Randolph will retain possession. Most three-point field goals in a game is 10 in Division 4. Marshfield Columbus has 9 already. We've got another quarter plus 3 minutes to go. Got it, Tim Hollander.
A lot of bodies flying around the floor. A lot of great hustles from both teams. Randolph did a nice job of getting the ball, controlling the ball, and then a three-point play possibility.
Jason Gorman gets the personal foul, his 4th.
And as you can see, everybody diving for the ball, as they should in the championship game.
So Hollander makes the basket. He'll get a three-point possibility. Bruce Waterworth back in for Randolph. 44, Evan Sell also back in for the Columbus Dons. Unauthorized use or rebroadcast of this program without the express written consent of Quincy Newspapers Incorporated, Wisconsin Broadcast Division, is strictly prohibited and a violation of U.S. copyright law.
And with Gorman's 4th foul, it takes him out of the game at this point. So now you only have 2 offensive threats from the three-point line in Lee and Loveland.
They're 2 good threats, but you want as many as you can to face Randolph. Well,
maybe not.
Maybe all you need is 2.
What do you know, Jay? What do I know?
I don't know. Let's let these guys decide it, I guess.
That's right.
Loveland on a 3. That pass off the rim, but Randolph fortunate to get it back. That ties the record for one team in a Division 4 game with 10 three-pointers. Here's Steensma. Ooh, Waterworth wasn't quite expecting that hard of a pass, but he's fortunate to get it back. Now Steensma again fighting for position. Ooh, had it for a moment, but Hollander can't get it to him. And Loveland helps out, but fouls, and that's another foul on Loveland. So Sean Lee has 3, Mark Loveland has 3, Jason Gorman with 4 for Marshfield Columbus in the foul category.
Steensma really posting up hard, and Loveland comes over, got him on the arm, unfortunately. He's got to be one step quicker to get there so he doesn't catch Steensma on the arm. But that's the improvement of Greg Steensma. He is so much more solid in the post. He gets down low, and then if it gets to the free throw, you can see what happens there. He's got a nice touch. He has expanded his game from just the post and being stronger in the post to being able to take the ball off a dribble and to shoot the jumper.
Last year, Randolph set a Division 4 record with 54 free throw attempts in the tournament. Today, they've only tried 5. Despite all that activity inside, they've only been on the free throw line 5 times. Lee to Klum. Ooh, he saw Steensma and thought better of it.
That's a good thought. If you have second thoughts about it, never take it up there against the big fella.
Now he'll try it. That's Evan Sell, and Steensma got just a piece of it. Sell falls to the floor, so does Klum. Now Randolph has the numbers. Wide open, that's Zander. He'll miss it. Steensma tip, he goes to the floor. Marshfield Columbus comes away with it. Lee, deflected by Fisher. Lee recovers. 1:34, third quarter. Randolph by 6. Foul. Randolph 32, Tyler Fisher. That's Randolph's first foul of the second half. Their 3rd foul of the entire game for Randolph. So obviously no one in any major foul trouble for the Randolph Rockets. Marshfield Columbus has to watch it a little bit. Oh, look at the passing inside, and Klum finishes.
Great interior passing. Now that Steensma is on the bench, Sean Lee does a nice job of penetrating with the dribble. They've got to make sure they get defensive balance on their press, though. They don't want to give up easy ones when Steensma is on the bench.
Strong move by Bruce Waterworth, the senior with 8 points. Lee, floater, miss. Columbus gets it back to Loveland. And now under a minute. Body on the floor. Sell hits the floor, and a foul on Randolph. 22, Bruce Waterworth. First personal on Waterworth, second team foul on Randolph. With 49.4 left, third quarter.
Some of the guys from the Randolph Rockets are grabbing at their pants and bending over as if they're tired. Marshfield is getting to them. in terms of the way they're playing the 94 feet.
They're grabbing their pants, and they're also trying to grab the Marshfield Columbus players. That's the second personal foul on Bruce Waterworth, which is a product of fatigue as well.
Exactly. Your feet stop moving. Your mind says, I'm tired, so your feet stop moving, saying, well, I'm going to take a little rest. If you're a Randolph Rocket, you want to get through that. You want to push yourself through that at this point. Boy, nice play.
Lee from Loveland. Oh, if that goes in, the place will go nuts. Lee draws the foul, will shoot free throws. 40, Tim Hollander with the foul. Watch this inbound play.
That's a nice back cut off the inbound play. And Sean Lee does a nice job of drawing the guys up in the air and then getting the foul.
The 2003 WIAA tournament is brought to you by Marshfield Clinic, where the future of medicine lives. Substitution Randolph. Mike Beal returns. He'll replace Tyler Fisher. The free throw line is Sean Lee. 16 points in this game, so he's right on his average of over 22 a game. Now with 17. And every time you look up at that scoreboard, it's like, man, this is a close game. 50-46. Zander, player control foul, Randolph. Justin Zander.
And Columbus has done a nice job of attacking on the offensive end, but also getting in a defensive position to take the draw charge. Not a lot of dribble penetration from the Randolph Rockets at this point because Greg Steemsma has been in the game. Without him, they're trying to penetrate with the dribble.
Only 5 turners on Randolph in the game, but now 5 team fouls in the half. We're under a half minute in the third quarter.
Boy, and Sean Lee is so quick with that ball. It's hard to get close to him. You're afraid that you're going to get beat. Got complete control over that basketball.
Well, what a momentum boost this would be if Columbus can nail a 3. Save by Lee. No. Tillman rebounds. Will they get a shot off? No. The quarter will end. We were tied at halftime. Now Randolph with a 4-point advantage after 3 quarters. Now a message from your local station. This is your WIAA network station. Fourth quarter coming up. Time now for our game summary brought to you by the Community Bankers of Wisconsin. We are the definition of local. Randolph shooting 55%. And the 3-point field goal percentage is still very solid for Marshfield Columbus. Over 50%. But look at inside. Of Randolph's 50 points, 44 are from the inside. They have 3 free throws and 1 3-point shot.
44, 3 plus 3, carry the 8 plus the 1, 50.
Oh, solid as a rock. Here we go. Randolph has the ball in a 4-point lead.
And Randolph without their primary ball handler, Beal. But it doesn't matter because Tillman's going to spot up for the 3 and the down big Steemsma.
He has both 3-pointers for Randolph. The one at the end of the half to tie it. That one puts him up 53-46. 14 points for Ryan Tillman. Lee. Hollander jumps out nicely to stop the 3-point attempt. Jump hook over Steemsma. And Big Greg gets the rebound after a couple of deflections, and Randolph heads back the other way up 7. Jason Gorman ready to check back in for Marshfield Columbus with 4 personal fouls. Waterworth, he is so strong.
And that's where he's dangerous. He's an inside-outside player. Likes to rely on his outside, but if he gets it inside, he's going to attack your feet with his dribble.
They're not saying boo, they're saying Bruce. Randolph's largest lead of the game, 55-46. And Bruce Waterworth, he's trying to corral this bull inside.
Boy, a nice job of attacking the feet, but not only that, having a hard angle at the basket, he still is able to finish.
The 2003 WIAA tournament is brought to you by Menards. Menards is proud to be a sponsor of WIAA high school basketball and wishes your team the best of luck. Say it with me. Save big money at Menards. We had some big crowds yesterday. We're going to have a lot of numbers today. Marshfield Columbus, of course, is located in the center of the state of Wisconsin on Highway 13 in Wood County.
That's blue cheese, isn't it?
Yeah.
Woo! I got them all. Fearing nightly. Thank you.
That's why you're here, Mr. Wolf.
You're an
entertainer. Loveland missed it. Randolph rebounds. Tillema, well, Lee tried to draw the charge, a no call there. Waterworth, he's starting to light it up.
This is a dangerous time for Marshfield Columbus. They're down by 11. They've got to make something happen on the offensive end, and they're giving up easy shots on the defensive end. One and done. With Randolph size inside, they're only allowing Marshfield Columbus one shot at the basket.
And now Randolph can push the lead. Well, they have it over double figures already. Wide open underneath was Fisher, but they didn't see him.
But that's the patience of Randolph. If Hollander didn't think that he had a good pass, he wasn't going to make it. He wasn't going to force it.
Yeah, that time the entry pass was on the wrong side of Tillema, and Plum is able to steal it. 6 turnovers on Randolph. Loveland missed the 3. Marshfield Columbus rebound. Kyle Zigerlicki. Lee will get a pick from Klum. Now he'll work against Steemsma. Kick it back to Zigerlicki. That's in play. Ball not over the backboard. Just hit the top of it. Zigerlicki will try another one. That's a 2-pointer for Zigerlicki.
And that was much better patience for the Marshfield Columbus crew that time. They were able to look at the different options that were coming in their offense and take advantage of them.
Randolph foul, 32, Tyler Fisher. Jason Gorman was taking that charge. He, of course, has 4 personal fouls, so great play by him to stay eligible in this game. 57-48. Columbus has the lead under 10 now. Lee to Loveland. Zigerlicki, can he hit another? No. Lee hustles for the rebound. Lee pumps once, tough shot, no foul, right in the hands of Steemsma.
Boy, and he's got to be in excellent shape to do what he does on the floor. He is always trying to create for himself and his teammates.
Waterworth 3. Boy, that would have been a killer for Marshfield Columbus if that goes in.
Bruce has been off a little bit this game. He's an excellent shooter from out there.
Lee 3, miss. Steemsma, the only guy that had a chance of that rebound.
Yeah, once he went up, he said, that's mine.
Yeah. Oh, and that one Bob Heffley is not going to be happy about as Waterworth tried to hit a cutting Hollander, but a turnover on Randolph. You can see the frustration on Bob Heffley's face. Now a message from our statewide sponsors. This is your WIAA network station.
For great carpet, head to Menards and don't pay for 12 months. Status Indoor-Outdoor Carpet by Tribune is great for porches, decks, and patios and comes with a 5-year warranty against wear and fading. 44 cents a square foot. Design house folding doors are simple to install and look great. This tailor-made door is $39.99. Extra heavy custom-made doors are $49.99. Plus, each 32-inch door is expandable up to 72 inches for room dividers. Slide open big savings at Menards.
Save big money at Menards.
They get up each day and they go to work. They maintain the power that lights our homes. They farm the land that feeds us. They care for our children. They fix what is broken. They solve problems. They find answers. They show us the way. They show us the world. They show us the future. They are graduates of Wisconsin technical colleges. Where would we be without them?
Randolph trying to get to the finish line first. 57-48 the Rockets. We told you that Marshfield Columbus is located in central Wisconsin in the northwest corner of Wood County. Randolph located on Highway 73 just north and a little west of Beaver Dam. That'd be Dodge County, it appears. Yes, just on the very corner of between Dodge and Columbia County, but located in Dodge County. 3-point field goals today. Marshfield Columbus, sensational in the first half, cooled down considerably in half number 2, and now Columbus needs him more than ever. halfway through the fourth quarter.
And notice the closeouts by the Randolph Rockets. They know that to get back in this game, that Marshfield Columbus is probably going to have to hit a lot of threes. Their closeouts are excellent.
Lee forced that one. Steensma made him change it. It hit the side of the backboard. Lee has 3 fouls. Waterworth finds Fisher. Now Steensma, and they'll kick it back out. I think Coach Heffley gave him the old take care of the basketball speech in that last time out, huh?
Yeah, I think so. And they're pulling it out. They're running a little delay pattern here.
Travel. Fisher. Yeah, I would surmise anybody who shoots a 3 for Randolph right now. Real stern talk, huh?
I think there'd be somebody in a white uniform coming to the midcourt checking in.
Pretty simple, really. You know. But on the other hand, there's great urgency in the Marshfield Columbus offense. Loveland missed another 3, and Waterworth rebounds for Randolph.
And that was a good shot. It came from an option in their offense. They took a shot. And, of course, with Randolph's height, they're not going to give you many second-chance points. So you've got to make the most of your opportunity when you get that shot.
Randolph, 57. Marshfield Columbus, 48.
And now the Randolph Rockets have 6'3", 6'5", and 6'7" handling the ball for them.
And a turnover as Waterworth and Fisher get their signals crossed. And Bob Heffley doesn't look much happier than the last time we saw him. Now Marshfield Columbus, every possession is starting to get very important for him. Lee with a floater. Oh, he looked right at Steensman. He was going up with that shot. That's a shot he makes a lot, but that time he missed it.
And Randolph has put the 6'2" Hollander on Sean Lee. More physical, able to move his feet, trying to tire Sean Lee out and not give him an opportunity to look at a 3.
Boy, and Sean Lee so effective today. He's missed his last 9 shots. Hard to believe.
Well, as we talked about, Jay, he does a lot on that court. Offensively, defensively, offensively creating for his teammates, always handling the ball, trying to do something positive for his team. That takes a lot out of a player. You know, 2:16 left. He's got to pick it up here.
And now Lee has 4 personal fouls, sending Bruce Waterworth to the free throw line. Number 22 for Randolph has 13 points today. You see his points per quarter.
Substitution for the Rockets, number 10, Mike Beal.
Number 10, Mike Beal returns for Randolph. He'll get Waterworth. And here we go, 11-point advantage for Randolph. Gorman gets it back to Lee. Boy, and Hollander is really working hard on defense against Lee. Oh, that time Steensma blocked the 3-pointer. This ought to be fun. Oh my, you gotta be kidding. You gotta be kidding. You have got to be kidding. Ladies and gentlemen, this guy is 6'11". He's a junior.
Blocks the shot. His teammate Fisher does a nice job of getting the ball to him. He realizes that Loveland's going to be there, being a smaller player. Does a nice job reversing the ball and then up to the rim for a possible 3-point play. To be able to control the ball in the open floor at 6'11", junior, and then to finish the rim after the behind-the-back dribble. Sensational play.
Stations around the state of Wisconsin, we recommend you show that on your local newscast tonight. That is one of the all-time great plays.
And he finishes it with the free throw.
Wow. 19 for Steensma. Lee missed another. Tillum a rebound. We're going to have a foul on Columbus. Number 11, Brad Heinzen is in. What was a 29-29 game at halftime, a tie game, is now a 14-point lead for Randolph.
Number 11, Brad Heinzen, his first 10th team foul.
That's Jason Gorman.
Randolph is in the double bonus.
Don't hang your head too long, guys. What a year you've had. What a game you played today. Well, we focused on Ryan Tillman in the opening. Boy, has he come through today. What a game. Nice player, you bet. Waterworth replaces Beal for Randolph. 15 for Tillman. Under 2 minutes. Waterworth steal. Oh, and the ball goes right through Tyler Fisher's hands, out of bounds.
Coach Hafley's probably a little perturbed at this point, but since he's up 16, he's not really going to let him know as much as he would like how he feels at this point.
If he got his big guys doing behind the back slam dunk 3-point plays, I think he'll be okay.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a tough shot by Lee as Steemsma was fully extended. 19 for Lee. Brad Heinzen gets another foul.
And that's where Tillman was effective. You got a 6'7" guy in the backcourt handling the ball. He can see over the pressure that's given to him by Marshfield Columbus. So he becomes an effective passer, but he can also handle the ball and penetrate down the court with his dribble.
The 2003 WIAA tournament is brought to you by the Wisconsin Education Association Council, encouraging you to stay involved and lend your support because every kid deserves a great school. 17 points for Ryan Tillman today. 65-50. Zigerlicki. Steemsma board. Randolph running. Waterworth. Tillman back to Waterworth scores.
As we talked about, they will run if they think it's going to be efficient for them.
Lee, another floater. Scooper misses. I think Scott Pullins was trying to call a timeout or something. Randolph will get possession of the basketball, and Marshfield Columbus is going to bring in a whole lot of substitutes here, and I think this one is essentially over.
And what an effort for Marshfield Columbus to come into this game. Show Randolph what they're made of. They did a great job today of proving why they were here at the state tournament.
Hats off to the Dons. A great season will end with a 23-3 record. Their 3 losses will come to Auburndale twice and Randolph. Not bad. And Randolph will now clear its bench as well. We'll try and get everybody's name on. Keep everybody's parents happy. I know that's a big deal. Tim Hollander has been in for Randolph. He wears number 40. Ben Steemsma is number 20 for Randolph. 12 is Nick Gore. 14 is Marcus Zondag, and number 30 is Wesley DeVries. Wes DeVries for Randolph. For Marshfield Columbus, 22, Joey Altman. 34, Ben Christensen. 21, Scott Marks. 42, Evan Rose is back. Now, one guy, I can't see his number. Yeah, there you go. Number 10, that's Eric Weber, senior forward. So Randolph will return to the Division IV state championship game. But it was a battle from the start. Out of bounds to Randolph.
And as we talked about, Jay, it is a 32-minute game. And teams have to show themselves and their styles for 32 minutes.
Yep.
Randolph, with their size, is just bigger and better today than Marshfield Columbus.
Well, and what we learned today, too, is that Randolph, not only are they the tortoise, they can be the hare, too. They push the ball enough and paid big dividends for them.
They pushed the ball with the 6'11" guy.
Man, oh man. This place is still humming about that. Fast break. In fact, Randolph, 14-0 on fast break points versus Marshfield Columbus today.
Oh.
I mean, Columbus hits all the threes, but, you know, they haven't been able to get a lot of scores off breaks. Marcus Zondag lay in. 69-50. There's the final shot. It'll miss. Randolph goes back to the Division IV state championship game. An impressive second half for the Randolph Rockets. 69-50 the final. Now a message from our statewide sponsors. This is your WIAA network station.
And we also have the cancel button in case you don't want toast. Excuse me.
Shake stuff up.
WIAA sports teach our kids the importance of hard work, commitment, and support. The same values needed to help make our public schools great schools. I'm Matt LePay, voice of the Wisconsin Badgers. Great schools help keep communities safe, strengthen our economy, and fulfill our democracy. Great schools benefit everyone. The Wisconsin Education Association Council is proud to support WIAA boys and girls sports and reminds you that every kid deserves a great school.
69-50, the Randolph Rockets win this Division IV semifinal game. Let's go now to Bob Bradovich, who's standing by with Randolph's winning head coach, Bob Heffley. Bob?
All right, Jay and Joe, thanks a lot. Bob Heffley, this is a 29 all game at the half. What turned it around for you?
Well, you know, they were very hot at the start, and they're very quick and very good shooters. I thought once we established our bench and got them a little tired, we controlled the boards and got some easier breaks second half. But you know, they're a fine ball club. That was a tough battle, one of our toughest.
You knew they shoot a lot of threes. Did you have any idea they'd come out in this setting and hit their first four and jump out on you?
Well, we knew they'd come out fired up, and they were hot early. We had made some matchup change. I thought Tim Hollander did a great job down the stretch against Lee, and that was the difference, I thought.
The backbreaker, when you're 6'11", kid, blocks a shot, goes behind the back, and then throws one down. Did that kind of ease some tension on the coaching staff there a little bit?
Well, I mean, that's just, you don't see guys that big that can do those sorts of things. And, you know, he's a special player, and that certainly was an exclamation point, and that kind of finished him off.
Target on your guys' back all year long. How have your kids handled it?
Well, you know, I guess they're getting a little used to it, but we don't talk about those things. We just want to do the best we can and give a great effort, and if we come out on top, that's great.
All right, Bob, thanks very much. Go enjoy this one with your team.
Bob.
Randolph Rockets going for a fourth WIAA state title. Jay and Joe, back to you.
All right, Bob, thanks very much. We'll be back in just a few moments to look at the second half highlights and recap the stats of this game. Randolph the winner, 69-50. Now a message from your local station. This is your WIAA network station. Seneca and Northwood are warming up for their Division IV semifinal. Our game just completed. Randolph 69, Marshfield Columbus 50. If you're just joining us, this was a 29-29 game at halftime when Randolph really turned things around in that second half.
And you talked about the tortoise and the hare. Randolph doesn't mind being the tortoise in the first part of the game. They're going to see what kind of shots you're going to take at them in the first half, and then they're going to see how they're going to adjust to it in the second half. They did a great job, championship job, of coming out in the second half and controlling the game.
And a great effort all day long by Marshfield Columbus, but you know, it just came up short today, but a great season by the Dons. Let's take a look at the second half highlights. Some of them are going to look like the first half. Marshfield Columbus shooting threes.
Well, Marshfield Columbus came out in the first half, and Gorman got this three, and they thought they were setting the tone early. Of course, Loveland can also shoot the three, and he did that in the second half. But the thing that the Randolph... fast break, they did, and they converted. With Waterworth off the bank shot there, and then Sean Lee all day was trying to create for his teammates. Unfortunately, Greg Steamsman got the block there, and then the behind the back dribble with the finish. Ow!
We'll just call that the play, and everyone will know what we're talking about.
And actually, if you listen to Coach Hafley after, he says that Greg Steamsman is going to be their point guard in the championship game.
Excellent. Well, that'll be exciting. Tune in for that tomorrow on Championship Saturday. Randolph shoots 59% from the field, 9 of 12 from the free throw line, and inside it was a clear domination by Randolph, whereas Marshfield Columbus ties a record for Division IV with the 10 threes, but they didn't get above 10, and they needed a little more than 10 to stay here today.
And we talked about that at their shoot-around the other day. We thought that Marshfield Columbus, to win this game, had to shoot around 60% from the threes.
They did pretty well, 10 of 23, but that's not quite 60.
They sure did.
Leading scorers, Lee 19, Loveland 17, the three-point threats for Marshfield Columbus. Gorman played hard, ended up with 6, and Greg Steamsman, 19 points, 15 rebounds. Ryan Tillman 17 points, Bruce Waterworth 16. We want to thank Mark Stenzel. He's the guy that said, I think we should put these 3 pictures on Randolph's thing before the pregame show, and he selected wisely. They were 3 keys in this game.
Definitely.
All right. Hey, that was fun, Joe. We'll do it again soon, eh?
I enjoyed it.
All right. 69-50, Randolph the winner. Thanks for being with us. Let's now go to Brian Groff.
Thanks a lot, Jay and Joe. What a great game to start things off this morning. We're going to have halftime entertainment for you coming up in just a moment. First, we're going to take a local break. This is your WIAA network station.